Mr. Spaceman, won't you please take me along? No, I won't do anything wrong. Hey, Mr. Spaceman, won't you please take me along?
Holy shit, my cheeks hurt.
Cheeks hurt.
Oh, maybe I should focus it.
Is it turned on?
Yep. Oh, geez, glasses. Put the glasses on. Smooth the gray hair back. Press the little button halfway. Put the secret alien glasses back on.
Hi.
Now you're getting all in my space, man. Where the hell are we going today, Mr. Peabody?
So, welcome. So here we are again for another expandable show of the Cynical Bastards. And and this here, as you all know, this here is Bob.
Bob!
And he's a cynical
I'm
bastard.
Rob, and I'm a cynical bastard.
Oh, he's Rob. I forgot.
That's for sure.
That's
I'm a
right.
cynical bastard.
Because I'm Rob and I'm a cynical bastard. And
Yeah.
this guy.
That's Bob.
That's Bob.
That's Bob.
Bob. Yep.
Bob.
Rob, and Rob.
Bob.
All right. And we're we're going to get serious today. Yes, I mean, as serious as we can possibly manage. We'll edit out all the laughter just for your benefit. But we've been discussing different things on our forum quite recently, having to do with the Earth changes coming down and the political changes, spiritual evolution, and most importantly, that consciousness, evolution, revolution, that sweeping the planet, the awakening of the human race.
Big silent spot.
Yeah.
I was given space, man.
That
I even
was
said the
deep.
word space.
That was deep.
Yeah, we didn't agree on the word.
It was deep.
Last time I knew it was
I was like,
yes. I was
wow.
trying not to say yes.
Ah.
People accuse me of being negative.
And then this thing started creaking. So
Oh, the chair creaked. Yes. Well,
Well, that was
maybe that's
awkward.
a signal. Huh?
it was creak.
No.
Well, see, I felt.
Do you
like-
have your chair lowered?
Yes.
Bad. Bad on stage etiquette, man.
So, back to here we are once again.
Hi, my name's Rob. And
I'm
I'm
Rob.
a cynical bastard.
And I'm Bob.
E-Bob. E-Bob. Yes, I like that.
Hi.
E-Bob. Welcome, E-Bob. All right.
Hi, hello.
E-Bubba Rob.
Yes.
Together, we're E-Rubba-Bub. E-Rubba-Bub.
Are you done now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going somewhere?
Yes, we're going to have an actual discussion. I
Okay.
hope.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I hope we're going to have a discussion. That's sort of the whole point. Of having a discussion is to have it.
This is good.
Oh, you mean like
Discussing is good.
I say hi, you say hello.
I say stop and you say
Hey.
Go, go, go.
no.
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 Oh,
Somebody
no.
already did that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no. We're talking about something totally new, man.
Totally new.
Totally new. It's
So
never
not
been
like-
never
not like
really
that.
been done.
Not like that dancing around and holding signs and everything like that.
No.
Yeah, well, that
Concerts
Been there, done
and
that.
women.
No, we're not talking about high ceiling, what's the word? High overhead entertainment. We're not
High
talking-
overhead entertainment.
No, we're not talking about high overhead entertainment. I mean,
Okay.
in a way, it is entertainment. I mean, if you get enjoyment out of it, then I suppose that classifies as entertainment, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
If you get fulfillment out of it, is sort of classified as entertainment. If you have a good time doing it, then that's sort of classified as entertainment. So therefore, it is kind of about
What does it
entertainment.
mean, anyways? Entertainment.
Well, we don't have a
Entertainment.
dictionary, and
Like
I'd have to walk
attainment.
off camera to Google it.
Entertainment.
So
Entertainment. So is that
Well, I guess then you have to enter into the tainment to figure that one out. So what's your tainment?
my attainment?
big silent spot.
I'm kind of cleaning my teeth here.
Tainment. Yes, tainment's a good question. See,
So
it's
we're at the
entertainment.
we're at the edge of this thing that's happening to all of us.
Yes.
It is it's a change in what?
Well, I think everything is changing in a kind of a connected way. I mean, besides one part changes, other parts change with it.
What is it? A consciousness change?
I think primarily that we're talking about consciousness, and not just human consciousness, but planetary consciousness.
Altogether.
Altogether, right?
Right.
Right.
And so would this maybe have something to do with like people running around shooting people? Because I seem to be experiencing
Anxieties.
these anxieties and waves of boy, it can be pretty frustrating. I get really angry and I go around destroying everything around me. I'm not a really violent person, but
You're actually
I do
destroying?
I happen to cause a
feel
lot of
like
damage.
destroying?
I happen to cause a lot of damage to the people around me when I go through this.
You mean psycho damage?
Usually
But
does.
but I can see that it's happening to other people around me, and it appears to be in timing with everything else, like the what was that spring thing that happened in the Middle East?
Equinox? No.
Oh,
Spring uprising.
yeah, the spring.
Arab Spring.
I almost said Egypt Spring, but I guess that's
Arab Spring.
It all seemed to be in timing, like this big dance that's going on when I look at it, and it's the only way it helps me to understand where my head's at. In all of it, because sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. But I think that's the change you're talking about.
It's part of it. It's definitely a part of it. That's sort of a reaction to it, I think. Because we're kind of like the caterpillar, in the cocoon becoming a butterfly, and we have no experience of what it's like to be a butterfly. So that for a lot of people who haven't actually gone out in their life and tried to check out the spiritual truths and the magic of this, of being here, then a lot of what's coming down is kind of like scary and frightening. It's unknown, so there's a big fear about this unknown, and people are resisting it.
That would explain how they're selling more antipsychotic medicine too.
Yeah,
And
sure.
how there's a certain amount of the public that isn't reacting to any of this, because that's part what baffles me is I'm freaking out. Somebody else is standing next to me with a perfect smile on their face going, "What are you freaking out about?" And I find 9 times out of 10 that these people are on pharmaceutical medication, and that I now live in a world where expressing my emotions and my passion is considered bad form.
Well, it's nothing new. I mean, they don't. It wasn't stated that religion is the opiate of the people for just a random thought.
So you can smoke religion?
No, but it's like, have you ever watched
Religion might smoke you, though.
the psycho fervor that happens in how people get themselves all worked up,
Yeah.
and
Sweating and dancing.
that is
and,
it's an adrenaline rush. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Just like anything else. And one of the things about, the things I've been seeing here and there is for years is what I guess you would call it the false joy, the false happiness, the
halfway.
the being, well, it's part of being part of a closed circle. It's like, like a church, for example, will, some people sometimes feel quite happy about their religion because they are, they're good and they're saved, and nothing that is going to touch that. And
no matter what they do.
no matter what they do,
Or damage.
don't do, or ignore, or whatever. And so it's kind of like in there. One of the patent phrases is "ignorance is bliss."
Yeah.
And now, see, those things are coming out, and ignorance isn't going to be able to linger like it has over the many thousands of years, because illumination is happening. And what the final outcome is going to be, well, that's speculation, but we're in the
Well,
middle
I think
of change.
that kind of depends on the decisions we make.
That's
I
right,
think.
right, that's right. So lots of things, there's information that needs to be not necessarily gotten out there, because I think it's all out there at this point. It's maybe not everyone has received it.
Yeah.
But I think it's out there, and I think that if anyone wants to receive it, if anyone wants to know the truth about just about anything, if they have enough of a desire to find out, that the vehicles and the means to find out at least what exists here in this plane is there. Using the internet as one example.
Or you could freak out a lot.
Yeah.
So
and not know what's going on with you.
I mean, there's been a lot
Been there, done
of
that.
since 2011 and just before that, there was a lot of talk about the Mayan calendar, the end of the world, Armageddon, the end of the Mayan calendar. All kinds of different things happened. I mean, some of us actually had some personal experiences in 2011, which were pretty found right along these lines, pretty profound, right along these lines of awakening and consciousness. And there's a lot more icons and people on the internet, which is, let's face it, that's our main media now, that are talking about these things. Well, that's, and looking back, some of those of us that have been in the conversation, we've been involved in this conversation for about, at the very least, 2,000 years. Maybe.
Man,
close.
you're old.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
really old.
And of course, there's probably a lot of you going there, what does that mean?
You
I
won't
mean,
want to take that out.
so what does that mean? Well, that's like a whole other topic. But we're talking about consciousness and awakening. But that's what I was alluding to, was the talk about consciousness and awakening. And
Going.
so before we took a short break,
Oh, shit! I'm ready. Shit.
Had something to do with the spirit, that's all I know.
So what you're saying is that they're separate, consciousness and mind.
well, they're integrated, but they are separate, yes.
How so?
Well, I sort of have to define them. I mean, let's use an analogy. Can you think of an analogy like for the distinction
Well,
between
I think
mind?
the distinction between the mind and consciousness is unlimited, whereas the mind kind of depends on the neural network of the brain.
Yeah,
Yeah, but in a way, that's kind of
And more of the material universe.
that's still kind of vague for a lot of people. Let's use
break
the
it down.
analogy.
Yeah.
Let's use the analogy of a computer.
Oh, that's right, though. What he said, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I know, but the thing is that a lot of people have a lot of different understandings. So,
Yeah.
and sometimes the really high stuff doesn't always pass on some people. So, I'm not fully convinced. I didn't fully understand what he said. So I guess I kind of need it broken down a little
Well,
bit.
I sort of look at it. In fact, it began to dawn on me years ago when I first started getting into the personal computer and the desktop virtual reality. I started recognizing the parallels between the computer and the physical brain, right? And how the certain parts of the brain were very similar to hard drives that store information. Certain parts of the brain are very analogous and similar
Yep.
I think I said it right. Analog. An analog. Jesus Christ.
Just use another word. You got plenty.
Similar.
Yeah.
What we got?
Yeah.
So-
Now you sound dumbed down.
Okay, well, back to, we'll just start all over again. Okay.
How
Okay,
can you
so
start over
you never
every day?
got around to the consciousness. Where in the computer is the
Okay,
consciousness?
wait a minute. First, we're going to go back to the computer because I don't know if we can edit all that out. Computer. So,
Wow.
the mind is like a computer because the brain and the mind are very similar. The mind actually sort of resides in the brain. And if you look at the brain in terms of memory storage, random access memory in terms of short-term memory, and you also the CPU, central processing unit, which is that which basically connects all the parts of the brain together, and the neural network. Yes, right. Well, all of that is all like totally limited to the physical.
Right. So
Right.
where's the?
The consciousness is more like the user of the computer. All right.
Oh.
So that the computer becomes a faculty of the user. So the mind is a faculty of the consciousness. The consciousness is spiritually speaking, the best reference I have found is I am that which I am.
What's a faculty?
A faculty, like a tool.
Oh, I thought it was
Like
big
a-
building where people made things.
Well, in an academic
and
sense,
administrative.
It has two definitions. One is that the faculty is the people who teach at a university or a school, and then it is an attribute or a tool.
So
of
this guy
mind.
told me the other day that I'm without my faculties. What does that mean?
That means you're losing your mind.
Oh, so that's probably a good thing.
So faculties are pretty much associated with mind. But the consciousness, see, is not divorced from mind. It's sort of like above the mind. It's like the consciousness is you. It is an I, and you are your consciousness. If you ever wondered where you were, what you were, your consciousness is that. That is your consciousness.
So,
Yes.
so my mind is my spirit's hand puppet.
Kind of.
Oh, cool.
So what people don't realize a lot is that what they think is their consciousnesses themselves is actually all of these things that they have learned that they're replaying over and over and over again, like what we used to call tape recordings. In the mind, they have programmed responses. A certain input comes and they respond the same way every time, whether it's some emotion, anger, rejection, judgment, any kind of thinking you can think of.
Calm your hands.
Take a deep breath.
Are you Italian? Let's all calm together.
Okay. I get excited. I'm sorry. You know, the idea of the liberation that consciousness offers us is pretty exciting to me, quite frankly.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I've been bound on a planet of slavery my entire life. And I've never acquiesced or gotten used to it, and never stopped looking for a way to stop it, end it, provide a solution.
You know, you sound a lot like a lazy hippie.
Well, yes, I know.
So-
I've been accused that many times.
So, but, you know, there's been times at work that I felt a little bit like a slave, but I don't really understand the whole enslavement thing because, I mean, by all rights, you know, the documents say that we're free.
Which documents?
I guess that rule of law and everything. But I mean, I didn't want to take any
actually,
worms off any
No,
cans
see, if we go
or
to
anything,
go on the rule of law, we're going to lose consciousness.
Oh, okay. We don't want to lose consciousness.
Because the rule of law is definitely nowhere near consciousness. So
it's
if
also really boring.
So if we
drawn-out
go
stuff.
there, we're going to lose consciousness, and that's not what we want to do, because we're talking about consciousness, and we're actually hoping to get to a point where we might even be able to demonstrate an example of the difference between consciousness and mind.
No, I thought we were. Oh,
Well, we're
acting.
describing
Oh,
it,
okay.
see, but that's we have to go beyond just words. Words are fine. Words are fine, and if they're put in context. So the idea, the idea that has entered into a possibility of a way to demonstrate this is through spontaneous role playing, because the only way, and a lot of people understand this, and actors understand it, athletes understand it, musicians understand it, they call it the zone, or the place where everything works and everything flows, the time sort of becomes suspended. Well, that's a state of consciousness. That's your consciousness in full blast. And so the idea of demonstrating getting out of the mind and into the consciousness through spontaneous role playing is just might provide an example of an exercise that everybody can do. They can do it easily. They can do it in their own room by themselves. If it'd be probably better if they did it with someone else, just because.
I already think some of you are.
But and it would be good to do it obviously with a somewhat of a lighthearted intention, without trying to get really weird in the process of your role playing. But the spontaneity there, you must not rely on your mind as a delivery device in order to achieve that state of pure ability to roll with the punches in a spontaneous role-playing environment. You have to be free of the mind. You have to be totally there in yourself and your consciousness, and take whatever comes and roll with it. Jump in, jump out, whatever it is, and because the moment changes. And also in doing that, you're going to have sort of a...
Though it's funny because you need your mind to actually translate the speech and like your brain.
No, you're using the faculty of your mind, but it's being used at the moment.
Right.
Now, of course,
So it's really not actually a conflict or a war or any kind of or antagonism between the two. It's actually balance the mind and the consciousness.
No, absolutely not.
It's a flow and a balance.
We can perform using from the standpoint of our consciousness in the world of 30 frames per second. We see this reality and we experience it through the mind and the mental faculties at only 30 frames per second. And of course, only within certain spectrums of light and sound.
But isn't this going to change me if I do this?
Yeah, it probably will. It will make you understand what freedom is.
I don't know if I want to change.
You don't have to change. It's all about what's to change. I mean, we are spirits in a material.
But if I change, then I won't be what I am, and I might lose my mind.
Well, you should lose your mind, because your mind is in the way of who you are, because your mind is not you. Your mind is who you think you are, not who you actually are.
Don't I need my mind?
It's a very useful thing, yes.
I don't want to lose my mind.
Well, not in terms of not having it there for your ability to access it.
You don't want to lose it forever anyways.
You want to lose it as the dominant part of your being, because your mind should not dominate your consciousness. Your consciousness should dominate your mind.
But if I do that, I'm nobody.
Well, you are nobody.
Gee, that's so fucked up.
That's cold.
I know it's harsh. And realizing that you're nobody is hard to do, but you know what? Everybody's nobody, so get used to it.
I was somebody once.
Yeah, me too. But, I had to give it up.
Damn. They're out of the picture.
Alright. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna pick some people up over here. How you doing?
Well, pretty good. Is this the bench for the bus?
Yeah, go ahead and have a seat there.
Okay, thanks. I don't have a car anymore.
Oh yeah, that reminds me back in '97 when I didn't have a car. That was yeah. That was a
97?
hard time, yeah.
Has that happened yet?
'97, yeah, it happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Hey!
can see you saved my seat for it.
How the hell did you just get up on here on this bus like that? You
This
were
is a
some
bus?
magic man? How'd you do
this
that?
is not a bus.
How'd
I was
you
on
do
a
that?
bus bench. I don't know what you're talking about. But he did look like he drove up here.
Well, I did not drive.
You guys are
I was
smoking
driven.
that
Well,
wacky
would you
tobacco.
sit
Is
down?
that
You
what's
look
going
kind of
on?
tall.
I don't want to crease my dress.
You're kind of a prude.
My
dress, what
robe
are
is
you
quite
talking
fine.
about?
You see the
Oh,
the
my.
inlay in my robe and
Actually-
how wonderfully sewn it is.
Actually, no.
You can't see the gems in my golden crown.
No, you're naked, dude.
Obviously, you haven't read my books.
No, I don't even know you.
You don't know me.
No.
Well, you haven't seen YouTube either, I take it.
I heard about that YouTube lady, sir. Well, anyways.
Well, I'm not going to tell you my name because everybody knows me.
Apparently, we're driving down the road. I don't know if
We're driving down the road?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
is
driving,
not a
you're not
bitch.
driving.
I don't know what you guys
Oh,
are
yeah.
smoking, but yeah, this here is a bus.
And where's this bus going?
Well, this is just city buses. This goes all the way through.
The city bus.
Yeah.
Strange.
Where's your stops?
Stop.
Sir, ma'am.
Do I look like a ma'am to you?
Start talking about jewels.
No,
and
you
stuff.
don't really look like a ma'am.
Oh, is it some
Sir,
kind of crime to be luxurious and wanted?
Wow.
You think it's funny?
Luxurious.
Luxurious, that's right. I am so like women just fall all over me.
You're about as luxurious as a
In fact,
badger
where are
on
they?
hemorrhoids.
I want them to follow me now.
Well, don't look over here.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're definitely no woman.
Yeah.
And neither am I.
I don't know. Oh.
Well, the women do.
Oh, I see. Well,
Well, anyways, where's your stop? Anyways, sir.
I'm just getting started. I have no stop.
Well,
you're an odd character.
No, I am not an odd character. I'm a celebrity.
you're a celebrity.
That's right. I'm a celebrity,
Of
and
what?
a
What
celebrity.
celebrity are
I
you?
am a celebrity of light.
Oh.
That's right.
Well, big man around town.
That's right. Whoa! Hey! Hey! You're gonna mess up my robe, man. No, I paid a lot of good money for that robe.
Okay, dude.
Sorry.
You know the
was
world's gonna
maniac
think you're
on the road.
crazy
It was a
talking
maniac.
about the robe because you're naked. Look down.
Yes, that's right.
You
It's
are naked,
fine.
actually. Why are you naked?
I bought this robe from the most reputable tailors. I paid good money for this robe, and I have stood in front of my congregation 100, if 1,000 times in this robe and preached to them, and they still follow me. And the women throw
Your
them.
stop's here. That's where your stop is. Right here.
I think that proves that you're a fool because I don't see any robe,
Oh well.
and you're
You
Bus
must
bench
read,
is close to my bus bench,
read
so-
my book. Read my book. Catch my show on
Sorry about
YouTube.
that, Simon.
Buy my DVD. Come attend my shows and my seminars,
And-
and you'll understand that you are the ones that are naked.
wow. I'm telling you,
Wow.
some people.
Yep. Anyways, well, where's your stop?
I don't really have any particular place I want to go. I'm just going.
All right. That reminds me back here. Actually, I think it was 97 too. Actually.
Yeah. I still don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember either actually. But sometime back in 97. Anyways.
So,
I thought you said I was gonna get off this, but do you realize that as soon as you step out that door, that you're like nowhere, man? It's like I tried to go somewhere, but there is nowhere, and all there is the door to this bus. So I'm back, and you know what? You're right. I am naked. Anybody got any clothes? Oh, hey, wow! Look, far out.
there you go.
Well, you know, I've seen the error of my ways. Where are we going now?
I suppose you could keep on driving,
Where are we going?
since it's what you do.
Yeah. I don't know. Where are you going?
Well, I thought I knew till a minute ago.
Well, what were you talking about?
Well,
anyway?
you just went off the bus.
Well,
and
I guess
everything.
maybe you were
Well,
dead.
anyways, maybe I was dead.
Well, I was somebody.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know
He's
who
not
I am.
he's not
and
driving.
you don't know who I am. The whole world knows who I am, but you don't know.
No, I don't.
And you throw me off this. You say it's a bus, and I can't tell you if it's a bus, and you throw me off.
You know,
And there's nothing there.
Just
And
funny.
all there is this bus.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
tell me.
Well, what do you want?
Tell you what.
Well, I don't know. You want to tell me something.
Well, the
I
bus can
wanna
go
tell you
somewhere.
something.
You were there trying
you
to tell me
came on-
something.
Look, you came on this bus, which I thought was a bus bench, okay, upon your own accord. And I was here, and because I came
I
here
saw- yeah,
up on
saw-
my own accord. And,
Mhm.
and apparently this bus bench drove up. Because he came here on his own accord, or he's milking cows.
Weird,
I'm not
weird
really
bus.
sure which.
How many buses have you ever been on where the bus driver's in the same seat?
That's kind of weird, yeah.
Well, they don't change seats.
And there's another thing is this wheel.
I think we're
can't even
dead.
see this wheel either.
We're not
This
dead.
wheel,
brother.
that's kind of strange.
I'm
Well, this
very
ain't no
alive.
bus.
I'm very alive.
This ain't no bus.
It is a bus. It's a bus as far as I'm concerned. It's a bus bench bus,
Well,
I guess.
if it's a bus to you and it ain't bus to me, and it's a bus to you, well, somebody's wrong, somebody's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any
Well-
wrong or right here.
Well, that's a possibility.
Hmm.
Well, if that's such a possibility, if it's a bus and it's not a bus, then maybe it's neither one.
Well, maybe it's a spaceship then.
Well, it could be a spaceship.
Because like I got these
If
invisible,
it's a spaceship-
I got these invisible gadgets right here. I mean, it might be like
Well,
a driving wheel.
what took you so
Well,
long?
Maybe
Why
it's
did it take
something
you so
else.
long to figure this out?
I don't know.
I think you're milking a cow.
Is that weird?
Yeah, it's because I'm here.
Oh,
That's
you
right.
again.
It's me, absolutely me. You should hear what I have to say, because what I have to say.
Okay, I want to hear what you have to say.
All right, Bill Cosby.
Well,
What do
you
have to say?
gotta go to myspecialplace.com.
But why can't you say it now and here?
Well, because I have a contract with my producers.
Sounds like a lot of bullshit to me.
Well, that's the truth business these days.
Really?
Is
That's
that the
right.
truth business?
That's the you can't just be a minister of light without a bank account. It just doesn't work.
Well, you got to eat, don't you?
Absolutely. And you can't eat without money
Man.
because after all, you can't grow food. You have to buy it. Because if you grow food, then you have to get your hands dirty and work and labor and sweat and toil. But see, the only ones who should have to labor and sweat and toil are not the ones who are the ministers of light. They should be the ones who are the peasants. I mean, that's the peasants we're created for. The peasants were created so they could go out and get their hands dirty.
Man,
so that
man, would you stop this bus bench and let this man off? I can't ride on this bench anymore. with
I'm
this
sorry.
man there.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I get excited when I think about it. Because, you know, being me is just sometimes it's so hard because...
Yeah, well, I know you seem to have this problem with wanting to make separations.
Oh, but it's not a problem. It's just the way it is. I was born to rule over you, and you were born to serve me. That's just the way...
Stop.
Really?
Stop.
Yes, really.
Is that the way it goes, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, I think that you definitely got some issues there.
Well, of course you think that.
Naked kangaroo. I
Are
don't
you
know.
on medicine or something that you haven't taken?
No. But I obviously got on the wrong bus.
Because, you go and buy clothes.
Because I was going to my
a free
daily
country?
taping of my show so that people and all my followers could see it as they do every week.
Well,
and all of a sudden, this
okay,
bus appeared.
Stop. Go!
Oh, are you still here? I have always been here.
You again. The all omni hoopy poo.
That's the right. MySpecialPlace.com.
Yeah. So, does it all come back to you?
Of course it does.
Everything.
Everything.
All of it.
All of it.
So,
The holistic view of the universe.
when the grass grows, it's all about you?
Well, come to think of it, I haven't really gotten down to that department yet, but I'm sure that we can find that it works out in there somewhere. I mean, when you get down to the nitty gritty, I mean, certain things are already in place, you know. It's not like you have to actually have every single detail of every little part. I mean, you know.
So, the oil wells off the coast
me
of
again.
California and down in the Gulf of Mexico, is that you?
No, but some of my supporters might be involved in that, yes.
Oh, and then you get all uppity again as soon as... Oh, that's really funny. You are odd character.
I am not the odd character. I am the one. You are the odd.
Actually, I am the many. You are the one.
So you say, you get it.
Well,
I'm glad you have found your humble place. A proper place.
Oh, yeah, well, humble is about spent.
Spent. Are you a poor man too? I'm not surprised.
are you like a philosopher that
Not as poor as you. You go buy clothes that don't exist.
Yes, but I paid a lot of money for them.
I don't care how much money you pay for it, brother. It ain't real. Bye.
But yeah, I'm good.
Oh, hey! Wow, he just walked right through the door. Oh,
See what I'm talking about?
how does that happen?
See, now you see, you
Hey,
don't
hey,
know whether it's a bus or a spaceship.
I don't know, because it's driving us right now, and for some reason,
Man,
I ain't even
yes.
using my arms right now anymore. So it's kind of weird.
So that's definitely something weird going on here. That's
and
right.
What are you, like a devil?
And
or
what was
something?
that?
What's
What
going
am
on?
I am the one. I know the truth. I will tell you the truth. You just gotta go to myspecialplace.com and sign right
Am I
up
going to hell?
and enter in your credit card information and we can get started.
Am I?
Yeah, for $19.95.
But this week on special, I will give it to you for $11.95 if you act right now and say you saw it right here on this show. You can get access to my DVDs, my books, and a free 2-week membership on my forum for only $11.95. Only if you act right now.
Sounds like another phony to me.
Yeah.
Speaking of phones,
Wait.
if you call in right now with your cell phone, I will give you an extra additional package.
Wait, there's out there in the stars. There's a guy over there. He's floating. Is that the same guy I let off? Hey, wait! Something's
yes.
grabbing him. Something's grabbing him. It's coming over here again. Oh, what did I do?
Well, I told you that something's going on here, and I really didn't think he could have left anyway. You know, I figured he would be back any second now. It seems kind of like, we're kind of like stuck in this thing, whatever it is, and you can't leave. So I expect
didn't know sound could
he
travel
can,
through space.
he can stand over there and just outside those doors and pretend that he's somewhere else, but it won't matter. Because, see, this is a whole part of it. It's all part of it. And what makes me what I am, see. Because I have all this power. And this is probably my bus and my spaceship. And it's probably, yeah, that's what's going on here. So we're probably going to heaven. Okay, right on.
I'm back. I had to come back because I just can't let you go on with this masquerade. I think you're fooling yourself, and you're fooling all the people that are listening to you and hanging their hopes and dreams on you.
Yes,
and
but I'm giving them the truth.
I believe that you're fooling them so that you can eat.
But it's a really good exchange, the truth for eating.
Really?
Well,
maybe for you.
They seem to be quite entertained by my lectures and my books. They pay me lots of money.
I got a burp. There, you can put a big puke in there. I'm melting! I'm melting! Oh man, stop with that screeching stuff. Wow. Holy crap.
Wow, maybe he was a devil after all.
God. Don't bump the...
But I didn't know the devil could actually melt from water, like a witch.
What's in water?
What was it? Oh, it was like vomit.
True.
That's right.
Weren't you driving something a minute ago?
Yeah, but somehow it could drive itself. I don't know how.
Well, a funny thing happened to me. When I left, I went through something and realized that there was nothing there. And the only thing that's here anywhere is you guys and me.
Right.
So, do you know what this is all about? Because he had something, because he went out and he was freaked out when he came back. If you remember that he was freaked out. You hadn't been on it before?
I do believe. It's my magic hat, yeah. So...
It looks like you.
So we were discussing the distinction between consciousness and mind and breaking it down into some different understandings and metaphors. And then we decided we would demonstrate or potentially demonstrate anyway, the act of consciousness over the mind through role playing. So we did a little role playing to. You had some thoughts about that.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Could you remind me what my thoughts were?
Well, about the... Yeah, I will in a second here.
When you can remember.
Okay, you might as well just fucking start it over again.
What? Okay, let's start over again.
Yeah, well, I don't know where to start though.
3, go.
Okay, $200, please.
Consciousness. Consciousness. I guess part of the exercise here was to show you that that in freeform role playing, that the consciousness kind of takes over in the whole act of what's going on, because you really don't have time to think. When you began your experience of doing freeform role playing, you use your thinking process and your consciousness to create your character in your head, and then you go from there. But once you actually engage in the conversation, and it's free form, you're taken out of your mind because your mind cannot react that quickly. Your consciousness is instantaneous. So that's how you reach that spot, in case anybody was wondering.
So the theory here is that by practicing something like role playing in in a comfortable situation, doesn't have to like be on a stage. I mean,
right.
We're sort of on a stage, but it in a way it gives your consciousness the experience of being liberated from the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Really, your mind is still being used. It's being used to construct the character, for example, and even maybe somewhat the scenario, but all the activity in the moment is all about the consciousness experiencing the moment and making conscious decisions as it moves through that moment, interacting with the other consciousness. And the mind itself becomes kind of like a platform that the consciousness is standing on while it's doing this. Mm-hmm. And so you see that it's not so much that the mind is something like, Ian Lungold, and I invite anyone to check out Ian Lungold. He said that, we had to lose our mind, and he kind of said it, in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way, but it's really about losing the dominance of the mind over our consciousness. And role-playing, free association, gives you the ability to experience the being free from the boundaries of your mind, overcoming your inhibitions, which increases your power and confidence and ability in the world. So, I highly recommend the practice of role play in all kinds of things.
It's fun too.
Might even improve romantic relationships.
Yeah, I hear tell of that too.
Yes. So
can't wait.
So we can, we'll definitely find more things to talk about online in the forum and everything else on the subject, because it's sort of a mainline subject that everybody's going to be talking about if they aren't already.
Yep, or if you're not freaking out about what's going on inside you. But it helps alleviate some of the pressure of
something,
of the change.
Yeah, something to start doing, and
well, also gives you a way to unload some of your internal crap.
So I hope you enjoyed our totally terrible acting. But it was just a demonstration of the idea of letting go of the inhibitions of the mind and allowing the consciousness freedom. That's really what it was about. So and we'll take a break now and come back with the next segment, whichever year, month, and day it happens to be.
See you then. It's the Robs and Bobs saying bye. That was a horrible outro.
Yeah, it was, wasn't
it? Count.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woke up this morning with light in my eyes, then realized it was still dark outside. It was a light coming down from the sky. Don't know who or why. Must be those soldiers come every night. Saucer-shaped lights, little people uptight. Little green footprints that glow in the dark. Well, I hope they get home alright. Hey, Miss Spaceman, won't you please take me along? Oh, I won't do anything you have it.